Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's episode of the official ARK podcast number 252. My name's Coach Mistletoe, and I'm here live with the core team. Your host for tonight, as always, the one and only Mr. Atlas. Please take it away, sir.
Thank you for the introduction, Coach Mistletoe. And folks, welcome back to another edition of the ARK Daily Podcast. This is Monday, July 10th. We had a shorter podcast yesterday. Hold on a second here, folks. We did the Spark Rewards at the beginning of the podcast. I was involved in a meeting. We're trying to create some partnerships, folks. Bring some large, massive communities here to the ARK. Understanding that our products are agnostic. They're for everyone. We don't discriminate. Regardless if it's a serious layer one or an S-coin, or it's a group of hodlers, maybe some XRP enthusiasts, some day one fans, some Pulse chain cult members, whatever your poison might be. If you want to buy more, if you want to spend your crypto, the ARK has the goods. We have the Air card already launched, the on-ramp already launched, the Terra card on the way, in production, getting to tune up. We're very satisfied with the back end company that's going to be doing all the printing, whether that's on the plastic cards or the metal card, engraving with the lasers, putting your name on it, having something that really stands out. And of course, the great part of going right over to the ATM, my friends, spending your crypto, bypassing all of the old legacy ways of having to go to an exchange or do some P2P with a friend or a buddy, cash app you some cash, Zelle you some cash for your crypto, or of course the dinosaur way, right to your bank from the crypto exchange. These products will bypass all that, will give you a lot more freedom, more control, shielding you from really any type of connection to your wallet, to your gains. And you're living in places like South America. I was talking today with some friends over in Venezuela that are in the crypto business. They're running an exchange over there and seeing how they can get involved, how they could use these products. You look at Colombia, you even look at Mexico. Traditional banks, they have limits on what you can do with your bank, how much you can receive, how much you can send, how much you can actually take out of the ATM is very controlled. You'd be surprised. You think it's the Wild West and you can do everything. It's not that way. Where I live in Europe, they just don't let you even purchase anything at a store with over 1,000 euros cash. I mean, that's crazy. And if they were to take it, there's a limit of 2,500 euros and you got to put your ID. It's so controlled. My friends, load up your Air cards, load up your Terra cards. If you have $150,000 on your Terra card and you want to purchase something in that range, go ahead. The funds are there, loaded, in fiat, not connected to any of your crypto wallets, ready to spend. The response from everyone that I've had the pleasure of introducing to the product is overwhelmingly positive. They're like, oh my God, this is freaking great. I love it. How do we get involved? How do we get the masses here? We're also talking with some of the leaders of the groups on Telegram, Discord, where we've done AMAs, making sure that we don't sidestep them and shill our link. We want them to also profit through the affiliate program. Never step on toes. Let everybody win. Let everybody promote. Let everybody grow. Let everyone spend their crypto. Very exciting. And we also encourage you folks, to do as much as you can in the groups that you're a member of. These are not videos that we're creating here about these products that are competing with anyone else's projects, tokens. Right now we have the BSC contract live. Ethereum's going to come live onto the air. We're going to add the Pulse chain. There's other chains that will be coming forward as well. So we won't have any limits as to who can spend their crypto. Kind of like the way that every man prays in his own language that God can understand. Well, the ARK products will enable any crypto that people bring to the table to be exchanged and transacted into fiat so that they can go out and spend it. Let's go ahead and let's take a quick look, see what's happening. Hold on, hit the wrong button there. Let's see what's happening on the ARK. 5,520 ARK Vault accounts. Shout out to our good friend, the Eternal Cryptometrist. He was the winner of the MVP, folks. Brought in over $2,600 yesterday with some whale investors stepping up, buying the dip. These are experts. They understand. They've got their fingers right on the pulse of what's happening here in the ARK, understanding what we've always said, folks. This is a long-term investment. We need to let things play out. We need to find ways to shift, to pivot, to adapt, to grow. We don't want to be here with 5 or 10 or 15 or just 20 or 50,000 investors. We've always said that would be an absolute failure. So we're going through our ups, we're going through our downs. But we will win the war, and we will create the way and use all of our tools, resources, funds, know-how to bring people here, whether it's through using the products or through coming in for the investments. ArcLight, the ROI depth, the foundation, the legacy NFTs. We're talking today with one of the great investors here on the ARK was telling us, hey, he's bought 19 legacy NFT, folks. I mean, they're paying out. That's the investment into the whole system. All these utilities that are coming in, 33.3% right back to them. So there's many ways to play. Diversify. Here on the ARK, there's going to be many ways to earn on the long-term basis. Liquidity on PancakeSwap, 115,349 BUSD. IOC reserves, 130,233 BUSD. The price of ARK, 35 cents. Spark price pool, 863.34 ARK. Today, live here, we will be finding the 272nd Spark prize winner. And of course, our MVP will take 10% of the Spark prize pool. And we're going to have a great time today. We're going to bring Mr. Brett Nordin to hear some updates from his side. Hope you're doing well, my friend.
Doing great. All aboard.
Sorry, hit the wrong button.
That's all right. We're making some great progress today. Everybody's back alive, working hard. Let's start with the tarot card real quick because there was a few questions that popped up. We're just days away now from shipping. I have 1,000 cards. We're going to hold back some for testing, but I'm going to send the balance to our package ship provider. And they've got custom packaging as well as the printing of the metal cards that they're going to be doing. And then when somebody submits their information, their application's approved for the card, then they're going to complete the shipping for us, the packaging and things. If it's a metal card, you're also going to get your custom name put on it and sent out as well. So that's going to be happening here very shortly. So that kind of gives you an idea of the timeline. We're very, very close. Still some back end work to do from Alex, but otherwise, the process is there. We're putting everything in place, and it's going to be moving along. So I'm hoping 2-3 weeks we'll have cards ready to be processed and shipped out. The application process does take some time, and that's where the questions were coming up about the KYC or whether it's an anonymous card. Some questions in the secret DAO. So we just wanted to reiterate, you do not have to provide your social security number when submitting your identity verification. So there is an identity verification, so it's more of a KYC, but it's a light KYC in that you are providing your driver's license or your passport ID. I know some countries, Alex brought up the point that some countries do have their social security numbers printed on those IDs, but not in all cases. So like in the US here, you can give them your driver's license number. There's no driver's license or social security number on your driver's license unless that's your driver's license number. But otherwise, there's nothing linking to your social security number when you go through the identification process. They do ask for, obviously, your address and things like that, and then verify it with the ID. And that's the basic KYC process. Very simple. But on our end, on ARK's end, we do have to verify, make sure all the information is correct with those KYCs. There's a bit of a process there. So we do have an application process that has to take place, and it's not instantaneous or anything like that. So we do have to review, make sure that everything looks correct. And that way we get a lot higher conversion rate on the application process. Sometimes the light KYC can get kicked back for little errors and things, addresses, people mistype numbers, names, whatever it might be. And so we just double check that to make sure that everything looks good so that we get a higher conversion rate. We get a higher success rate on the applications when they come through. The bank itself, you're not opening a bank account. And that's very important in that the regulatory and reporting rules and all those things for banks and bank accounts don't necessarily apply in this case, because all we're doing is we're swapping crypto and loading a prepaid debit card. So when you send your crypto over, that then gets converted into USD, and then it's loaded onto the debit card. So your wallet that's sending that and swapping that crypto, there's no direct connection to the bank. And that crypto gets converted, pushed from crypto to USD and loaded onto the card. But there's no direct connection from your wallet to the bank that's issuing the prepaid debit card. So I think that's also important that, it's a light KYC, it's an offshore bank, it's not a bank account, and then your wallet you're using to push that crypto and get it swapped and then loaded onto the card is not directly connecting in any way to the card itself. So unless there was like some major investigation that happened, or there was a government or entity that wanted to legally figure out how to track and trace what you're spending on the card, there's really there's a lot of shielding going on here. Not only is it in Panama, but it's also, not an easy thing to track and trace from that standpoint. So those kind of questions came up. Is it anonymous? Is it, fully, safe, quote unquote, from the spying eyes of potentially, other governments and things? I would say that it's shielded. It's not 100% anonymous, but there's a lot of layers that someone would have to go jump through hoops. And so you would have to be a person of interest in order to, I think, come under any kind of scrutiny for the activities that you're doing with the card. But that being said, we're not guaranteeing that it's anonymous or anything like that. So we're going to make sure that there's some wording and things on the website to make it clear that it's not completely anonymous, but it is, there is different layers of shielding that are going on here that make it something that's not easily tracked and traced by saying kind of centralized authorities. But then again, that's up to you whether you want to make sure that you're paying taxes on your crypto, that you're managing your finances in a way that's compliant with your local government. That's obviously up to each individual investor. And we're not going to promote any kind of behavior or use of the card that would jeopardize the integrity of our system, or put a target on our back or the banking provider, because that would just get it all shut down, and then no one would be happy because we wouldn't have a great card to use. So that's just a quick update on Terra, as well as some of the questions that were flying by. We do have movement going on with the privacy dev group, as well as some work going on with ARK Lite. But we're going to be releasing some more details. We are getting closer to having the clay fully molded on the ARK Lite. Some great discussions today, and we got over a couple barriers that we were sort of running into in terms of the process flow and how the mechanics will all work. So that's about it from me. Atlas, did you want to add anything to the tarot card or the other projects?
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and we do emphasize that it is up to every investor how they want to use these tools, and you should and absolutely must follow the rules of law in your jurisdiction, whatever part of the world you may live in. That's just sound advice, and legally it is up to us to inform that to everyone. But again, everyone gets to decide how they manage their crypto, their taxes. That is the responsibility of every user, how they conduct themselves when it comes to those financial, rules, regulations, authorities, and law enforcement. One point, that would be very easy to understand is there's a lot of folks with the name Dave Thomas. You ever heard of that guy, the Wendy's founder? Back in the day, he was Wendy's, I think, grandfather. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how many Dave Thomases there are 330 million Americans out there. But if you had that Dave Thomas's, the founder's social security number, then that's that Dave Thomas, the founder of Wendy's. But that information is not being provided. So I think that in itself is offering a layer of privacy to the investors, and understanding that offshore banks are generally not in the business of reporting on their customers unless asked with legal documentation. You see this a lot happening in the space of emails, service providers, VPN services. They're generally there to offer you a way of conducting your online business, surfing the web. And of course, when they're subpoenaed, when folks show up at their door, and there is ample reason, generally there's a lot of laws too, that if it's not legal in the country where the servers are hosted, then they really have no business. For example, Switzerland is one of those places where we know that if it's not illegal there, then they're not even going to waste their time. But there has to be something that someone would do that would really put them in a situation where they on their own would get into some trouble, and then there could be an investigation going through and leading all the way. But when it comes to the crypto wallets, the banks don't see the crypto. That's what our backend systems are doing. They're converting that into fiat and really upfront payment to them for loading of those cards. And that's the same thing you're seeing here with the ARK card. These providers, they have no business in crypto. They don't care about crypto. They're offering a service, and we're under contracts and using our ability to exchange, to swap, and using legal entities that are regulated and licensed to do this business and bring those payments forward to allow the issuance of the cards and the spending of the cards. And we do see that obviously putting your ID is a way to really control your account, so that, another Dave Thomas couldn't just call the bank and say, "Hey, I'm Dave Thomas. I own that account. I want this, access." So it's a way of controlling your access and making sure that it belongs to you. And if you lose your password or whatever you might need, that you are recorded as the proper owner through whatever form of ID that you supplied, so they would be able to match the records and say, "Okay, we're talking to the right person. How can we help you today, sir?" So, yeah, great that we brought that point up, and it is a great question, and it is not a fully anonymous product. The ARK card is. You could write on the ARK card application. Take note, folks. You could write Dave Thomas, the owner of Wendy's. You could put your address at 33406, Biscayne Boulevard. As long as the city, state, zip code, and the credit card information all matches, you're good to go. Your name and the actual street number, apartment number, or any of that is absolutely anonymous and irrelevant. So a good thing to know if you're for whatever reason not wanting to put your real information, and it's completely legal to do it that way. You're not signing any type of contract that This is a card that must be in your name and your credit, your social security number. Everything's tied into this. This is not a credit account. This is a prepaid debit card. That simple. And just the same way that you can go to a Walgreens and purchase a prepaid Vanilla Visa or, any of those other Green Dot products with cash and not provide your identity in a legal format. That's the same thing we're doing here, but we're doing it in crypto. We're doing it in a much funner, faster, convenient way. And boy, the response has been quite great. So that's all I wanted to add there, Brett. Thank you for bringing that up. And let's go ahead and turn it over to Coach Mistletoe. What do you got planned for us today, sir?
We got 3 new shorts in the books. I did send it to you there, Atlas. I don't know if you saw, but we do have 3 new.
Right. I'm going to pull those up right now.
Awesome.
Can you tell us all about it?
Let me share my screen and announce yesterday's winner. All right. All right. So yeah, for anyone that doesn't know about the shorts contest, it is a new contest we have here on the Ark. It's open for anyone that wants to get involved, whether you're a big creator, a small creator, or you haven't even started a channel yet. I know there's been a few people that they've made their first ever short and they've just started a channel and submitted their videos. So kudos to you guys for just taking that leap of faith and stepping out of your comfort zone. But yeah, so anyone's able to create a short. It can be on Facebook Reels like we've seen, Instagram Reels, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever short form kind of content is out there, we'll accept it all. So yeah, once you've created your little short piece of content, you can either DM myself or Coach Brad or submit it to the official sweep widget to get entered. You can submit as many TikToks or Instagram Reels or YouTube Shorts as you want. You can also submit the same one across all the different platforms, but only one will be taken for the short of the day contest. But you will be, the more times you enter across different platforms, the more entries you will get for the random draw at the month. Every day, the community will be able to vote on basically 3 shorts. Once we have 3 shorts submitted into this contest, we will do a best short of the day draw, where every day you'll have a chance to win $50 worth of ARK. We also did our first, best short of the week yesterday, and congratulations to AJ Metz for winning that, doing an amazing work over there with their 4th of July short, blowing up some fireworks spent by with the ARK card, the air card. So awesome work over there. You've won $100 worth of ARK, and yeah, we'll do those weekly draws every time we get 7 days worth of winners for the ARK daily draw. Also, for the weekly draw, we have 1 winner now, but when we get 3 more winners for 4 weeks worth of weekly winners, we will also be doing a monthly prize. So the person, basically the people that win the weekly prize of the best short of the week will move over to a round 3, where all of the 4 winners of the week will go head to head for a vote off for best short of the month, and they're going to win a whopping prize of $500 worth of ARK. That's right, and it continues to get better because we have even more prizes. The person that has the most views across any of the platforms, whether it's TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, the person has the most views is also going to win another $500 worth of ARK. So honestly, you don't even have to win the best short of the day or the week or even be in the monthly contest to win the most views. If you somehow go viral, you catch that algorithm, you can be eligible for that prize. So anyone can really win it. As well as we're also going to be doing 5 prizes of $100 worth of ARK each. And that how you win those is just simply submitting any sort of short form content across all different platforms. They all count. If you make one short, upload it on TikTok, upload it on Instagram, and you'll have 3 entries for the wheel. And basically just at the end of the month, just how we do for the all aboard session, we're going to do the wheel of the toad. Every time you submit a new video, every time you submit a link, you're going to be entered, have 1 entry onto that wheel where we're going to spin 5 prizes of $100 worth of ARK each. So there's a lot of prizes to be won throughout the month. If you haven't started getting those shorts ready, definitely start thinking about some. And if you need some help, reach out to some of the people here. I know Jashawn, Bob is amazing at the shorts, Buys the Dips, Amanda, Donatello. There's a lot of amazing community members that will definitely help you guys out. So yeah, that's the shorts contest. And let's announce our winner for today. So yesterday we had Mr. Big. Shout out to him doing another amazing short up over at the Facebook. Great work, Mr. Big. Over in the Mustang, I loved it. We also had Select-O-Matic. That was a really funny one over on TikTok. And then we also had Jay Vanquish. So let's scroll down, and it looks like our daily winner, very close one, but Select-O-Matic with 45% of the votes. You have won today's ARK Best Short of the Day. Congratulations. That one was funny. I really like that. So good work. Very creative.
All right. That's
so,
fantastic.
That wraps up the winner today. And let's, so for anyone that doesn't know too, this is where you will go vote. We actually have the all the new shorts for today that we're going to be watching and the poll live. So after we watch all the shorts for today, go over and vote for your favorite one. So yeah, let's pull them up.
All right, we'll go ahead and do so. If you could send me the one that won from yesterday, I missed it. If you could send me all three of those, I'd love to see that, catch up on that. We have a new contestant, right? Mr. Was it Select-O-Matic?
Yeah. He's been in the podcast a couple times, chatting around. Yeah. I don't know if he's in here today, but yeah, amazing community member.
Smart guy, common sense. He sees the whole picture. You got it. We had a deep conversation in the Q&A the other day, and really liked his point of view, understanding the opportunities and the strategy that we're making here. So great to see him. Let's see what he put together and the rest of our contestants. And now let's go and see for today, because we have Coach Roberto in the flesh here live.
The breathing session. Let's go.
Yeah. After we check this out. So let's see who's up first. Who's at bat?
First up, we got Jay Vanquish, Jashawn. He is a legend here at the ARK, creating amazing content. He does God's work creating these shorts. Amazing work, does crazy AI stuff. And this one, I actually haven't watched this one yet. So let's take a look. ARK Finance Crypto Banking Solutions. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll never forget the Joker.
Right? And the Lego James, that was amazing.
Oh, yeah, amazing. So here we go.
ARK Finance has just.
Ooh, hold on. Okay, let me take care of that. That should do the trick.
Just dropped their first two utilities, the ARK Ramp and Air Card. Let's see what people are saying on Trustpilot. By far the easiest way to on and off ramp. Smooth, intuitive, and quick. ArkFi is solid, excellent protocol. ARK is a great place to grow. Amazing DeFi from ARK Finance. Excellent virtual debit card for easy on-ramp and off-ramp transactions. I love ARK and still believe in the ARK team. Best in DeFi. As you can see, ARK's ratings are excellent. Check out their crypto banking solutions today at bank.arkfi.io. ARK Finance has just dropped.
Bullish.
Let's go. If you haven't already, definitely go leave a review over at Trustpilot. Lots of amazing reviews over there.
That's right. A very good tool. Great idea from Brett to get us going on the Trustpilot. I use it every day, the Trustpilot. Absolutely. My wife, she likes to use the one for the Google reviews and stuff for restaurants. We won't go eat anywhere until she sees that it's positive, but for signing up for services, using stuff online, even booking tickets with a airline that you maybe never flown before, then great place to see what the facts are, what the real people are saying. Great video, Jashawn. We're definitely going to be sending that everywhere, folks. And please do the same. Promote these products. Nobody can say, oh, that's against our program here or our token. No, sir. No. This is for everyone to spend their crypto. All right.
This one you're going to get a kick out of.
Goodbye. Whoa, like the board identity. Wow.
Let's go.
No way. How did you do that, Bob? I mean, that's a movie right there.
Yeah, I had to come up with something original after my daughter beat my butt yesterday.
Wow. But I mean, like just the color of the letters and how they move, and that you got like the sound to the typing.
Yeah, the more of these I do, the more I learn about how to use the software really to my advantage. That is, I think, by far the best one I've done so far.
Wow. I mean, this
Mission impossible.
This is crazy. Hold on a second. Let's continue here. I mean, can I hear it? Can you guys hear it?
Ooh, oh, there we go.
Wow. Amazing, man. The thought, the levels they go to, Mistletoe. But we're getting
it's
to
incredible.
This is wow. Amazing. Art imitating art and bringing that value and utility. Come on, folks. Who's going to hate to see that, on their Telegram group or their Discord or their Twitter? I mean, this is awesome. Entertaining, educational, and done with such class. Ooh, the Fleming's back.
Yes, last but not least, we got the Fleming.
Oh,
I think this is his first short.
Oh boy, this is catching on fire.
Oh yes, he's done an amazing job. He's actually been using some AI tools here, and let's dive right into it. Introducing the ArkFi Air Card, brought to you by AI.
He's a legend here, man. Anything he does is amazing.
Oh,
Let's
yes.
see.
Greetings, crypto adventurers. Are you tired of your digital riches being locked away in the land of the blockchain? Well, fear not. ArkFi presents the answer to your crypto spending frustration, the Air Card.
It's an anonymous virtual MasterCard debit card that you can use online and also add it to your mobile phone's payment app so you can use tap to pay wherever you go.
This is global spending freedom. It don't matter where in the world you are, what fiat currency you normally use, or what crypto you want to use to load up your card, because you can choose from over a dozen cryptos to load it with, and you use it anywhere in the world.
Because it's completely anonymous, you can be assured that nobody will be spying on your spending, which is great news for people who take their privacy seriously.
And tax avoiders.
Visit bank.arkfi.io/cards today and get your hands on the Air Card.
Use my referral link in the description to get a discount on the loading fee. Let's spend this crypto.
Oh, wait. Wow. What is this?
The
Dude,
AI
had like
taken over.
Oh man, I think actors are the voiceover actors, the I don't know, the Fiverr actors. They're out of work, man. Fleming's really tapped into some amazing tech here. Wow.
Oh yeah,
I'm speechless. Did you
they're
get
gonna get better?
Tax avoiders.
Yeah, that was funny. I laughed so hard. Yeah, just snuck it in a little bit. Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Mistletoe, have you had the his Medium articles in the sweep widget?
Oh yeah. We
Okay.
repost them on the ArkFi Medium page too, and publish them there and share them
Okay,
along.
cool. Yeah,
But
because I
yeah, he
know
does
he
an
just
amazing
did
work.
one on the. Yeah, I think he just did one on the ARK card maybe yesterday. It came out or last night or something.
Got that one. Yeah.
Yeah, they're great. He's doing an awesome job too. Thanks.
Wow. Shout out to the Fleming. I mean, dude, everybody's coming in so strong and delivering a quality that, I mean, I don't even know. Bob, how many hours are these things taking you? Jashawn.
I can. I for the one I just made, that Mission Impossible one, took me the better part of an entire morning. I get up about 6 o'clock in the morning. I get my cup of coffee. I started on that. I was probably still working on that around 1, 2 o'clock, putting the finishing touches on it.
Wow.
Yeah, that one that I did took me about a little under 4 hours.
4 hours. Oh, man. I think we need to reorganize the way we do the prizes, because, I mean, the amount of time people, and only one wins and makes it to the weekly. Wow. This is a lot of work, guys.
I think that everybody that contributes is a winner. They're all great videos, and they seem to be getting better and better as we go along.
We want all of these to be on the official ARK. You know, let's we'll figure something out. It's just I want to first of all use the content because it's absolutely amazing, and I also want, you know, people to at least have some consideration in just doing it, because this is just quality work. It's passion, and we want to reward folks. So yeah, give us a little time to figure out some incentives in some ways. I didn't see the ones from yesterday. I want to check those out too. But this all needs to get there. I think not just the winners. We want to create, I think, something that is actually growing a lot better than honestly I imagined. We know we've got great folks here, but it's such quality. And these shorts on our channel, I think it could really grab a lot of attention, and maybe perhaps even starting an official TikTok Mistletoe over on, you know, with the official ARK, because I think people will just get hooked on watching who's next and what are they going to come up with.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say we're gonna need an official Instagram to get onto the threads, so we'll definitely have to go over there.
Are we putting these on our Twitter?
Yep,
as well. Or?
Definitely.
Okay. All right.
And then I put the Twitter link into the sweep widgets to signal boost that as well.
10 steps ahead. Or should we say, always leapfrogging it, our dear friend, the Mistletoe.
Yes, sir.
Great work, man. Great work. Sorry, I'm emotional. This is just mind-blowing. So proud of seeing the passion, the attention to detail, the creativity that everyone's bringing to the table. Man, you guys are amazing. I think if we hired people on Fiverr, right? They would at least charge us for 3-4 hours of work, several $100s.
Oh, definitely.
And we're getting this here provided by our community. Come on, guys. Come on. Sheesh. What more could you ask for? This community is amazing. Really. Well, a deep breath is needed for the ARK. We're coming in with a lot of emotion. We have our very own Coach Roberto, live and direct from always warm, always sunny Miami. How are you doing, my friend? Are you entertained yet here on the ARK?
Those are great videos, you know, really creative.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, absolutely. So, you know, I like the thing about winning, because ARK is about everybody winning. You know, and they're all good. It's like really hard. I just usually just go 1, 2, 3, and I point or something to pick them up because they're all good.
You've developed businesses. You've scaled businesses. You understand that you got to start somewhere, right? You got to start small. You know, you've been in the telco business, and that's something that starts to spread one store, another, more towers before, it's 2,000 people network, 20,000, 50, 100,000, a million, 2.3 million, and the revenues start flowing in. It's just a matter of getting out there, the promotions, and man, back in your day, we didn't have the YouTube Shorts and investors, right? The traditional way. I mean, you got to be amazed what happens here. How you're seeing people get involved. You yourself have gotten involved, and to see everyone step out of the comfort zone. Get off the couch. Everybody could be watching a telenovela or some movie or Netflix, but no, I'm going to go. And it's not about the money, because it's peanuts what people are winning when you compare it to putting 4 hours of your time in learning new skills, and this guy going and getting these AI people talking, telling a narrative, making it funny, making it educational. It's priceless and amazing.
And it's going to be more amazing.
It is.
I never, like when I was in the car flow business, I couldn't picture, we started, let's say, with 100 clients and we're making some money, but I never picture that everybody in the world will have a phone.
Yeah.
We thought it was only a certain people that could afford them, at least in my mind. And then all of a sudden, everybody has phones, 20 years later. And
20 years later, everybody's going to have crypto wallets.
Yeah.
You'll be doing, DeFi.
Yeah. It's like, it'll just take off. But you asked me how I'm feeling, I haven't been on the call because Saturday I spent 12 hours in a farm in Homestead, and I was doing sweat lodge directed by from 2 o'clock to 12 o'clock at night.
Like a temazcal or different?
It was like a temazcal, but it was so driven by the Navajo kind of Indian tradition. And we did 5 sessions. And then I had 6 angels in there that could sing, I'm going,
wow.
What? And if no one has ever done a sweat lodge, in this case, it's like going back into your mother's womb, and then there's heat, and you kind of just sit there, and if you don't know how to breathe, you're going to have to learn how to breathe in there and be able to handle whatever's going on. So, I don't know.
It's intense.
Yeah, it's very intense.
Very intense. The first one I did, I panicked and I dug a hole in the ground.
Yeah.
And I went up the other side.
So your birth trauma was probably like mine. You couldn't get out of your mud. It took me 23 hours. So in the 5th session, I was lying on the ground, and then since I was opening the kind of the door that's really rags that you can just lift, I lifted up and put it over my nose like that so I can breathe. Actually, there was cool air,
Right.
And I'm sitting there. I have to stay here. I got 6 angels here, and they're handling, and
The heat always rises. But it's funny you say that, because that's exactly what happened. I had in my mother's room, my umbilical cord was wrapped around my neck.
Oh,
and
okay.
my arm. So they had to take me out emergency. And it was funny because when that happened, after, when they finished, they came out, the shaman came to me and she said, you had a problem, didn't you? Well, how'd you know that? Because you went out through this door on this direction at exactly this time, and that's how they knew. Oh, they know what they're doing. No doubt about it. But the second, third time looked a lot easier. And I think by my 4th, it was calm, cool, and collected, but really intense. They got these lava rocks that are coming in red hot.
Oh, yeah.
This igloo where You think you're in hell and you're breathing fire and you're burning. The mind really takes over. You're not, but it definitely feels that way because we're just not used to those extreme temperatures. So it's a total mind battle that you have to find a way to overcome. But man, great job. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, so it wasn't. I tried to make it fun, but it wasn't like fun.
To survive, right? By being in the process of survival.
I got like real clear. The next day, I led a breathing session that somebody might, like to go there, and it was early on Sunday morning, and it was probably the most effective breath session I ever led. Like there was like 25 people there, and they all went from people saying, Roberto, I finally, after 50 years, I learned how to breathe today, and people like releasing traumas and all kinds of stuff. And they got a bunch of people, because I had two intentions when I did that. One intention was that ARK would, we created like all this intention as we prepared the rocks and the fire and all that, to have ARK really create a world where there's abundance for everybody. So that was one of my intentions. And then when I got into the process of the sweat lodge, it was like, it was really strong that my real calling is healing. It's not the ARK, it's not that, it's all the healing, and that I had to put more attention on the breath, and then everything else will fall in, and it will bring in the abundance and the support that I need to give. And because I noticed that I was getting hooked into chasing money, and then one of the reasons I got into the breath work world was that I didn't want to play games where there was a lot of out of integrity. And I see in the crypto world, there's a lot of out of integrity. So I kind of got that really clear yesterday. And so today when we breathe, it's going to be, I guarantee it's going to be powerful. So like everybody just connect. And it doesn't mean, like what I really was looking for a platform that I can invest, that I can make the cash flow that I need to make it even bigger in the world of this whole world out there, that there are people that are really hurting and want healing. I saw it this weekend. Like these young girls that were breathing with me, they were going through all this trauma, but they're like angels. They changed their lives. They've been doing ayahuasca. They do all these things. They can sing. There were two of the girls there never had played guitars before, and they were like, after they did ayahuasca, they're like creating all these songs and singing and going out there in the world healing people. Now,
that's cool.
So there's a whole world out there that is not a crypto mine, but they also need funding and stuff so they can manifest what they're creating. So anyway, so that's kind of like my what I got out of the weekend, and
it's coming, Coach. We bringing some heat.
Yeah. And it grounded me, because the heat here in Miami is so hot. I can walk, and all of a sudden I start feeling like dizzy and stuff. So I go, I need to get something to ground me, and that really helped, doing that process. And
we got something else that's going to ground you very soon. We'll see.
Okay, good. Good.
It's cooking. It's cooking, Coach. It's cooking with some lava rocks. Yes, sir.
Yes. All right. So let's. So today, I just want to get back to basics, because when something's not working, you go back to basics.
That's right.
You know, and then really do the basics really good, and then everything else will work. You know, because when you get to base and you practice the basics, then you learn. You know, like you get to realize what you're out of integrity in the game that you're playing. So in the breath, we're going to go back, like we're going to practice 20 breath techniques. And then everybody's going to choose one of them. And then we're going to breathe for like 9 minutes straight and continuous with the music. So we're going to start with practicing the 20 breath technique one time, inhaling through the mouth and exhaling through the mouth. Then we're going to go inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, and then we'll practice inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. And then after we do that, then we're going to breathe for like, it's 9 minutes because the song is 9 minutes, right? And we're going to breathe through it. And the idea is to totally concentrate on the breath and notice how your mind can go some other place or whatever, and see if you can concentrate on the breath for 9 minutes and experience whatever you're going to experience. And the 20 breath technique you can always do and practice and do that. You know, practice 5 minutes in the morning, in the midday, and the evening. And you'll notice how eventually that's going to support you in whatever you're up to. So are we ready? So the first set, we're going to inhale. Remember, it's 4 short breaths and 1 long one. So it sounds like this, inhaling through the mouth. Then the 5th one, it's a long and deep, and then you let it go. When we do that 4 times, 4 times 5 is 20. So here we go. First set. Let's go. 2, 3, 4. No. Wait. Well, okay. Second set. Inhale. Third set. Beginning deep. Last set. Too early.
But Coach, that's the ElHappy breath. That one right there, right?
Yeah. So
first
don't play music. We're just practicing the 3, and then we're going to choose. Okay. So now we're gonna breathe in and out the nose. 4 sets. All right. Here we go. First set. Inhale. 3, 4. Take it in deep. Let go. Second set. Taking in deep. Let go. Third set. Taking in deep. And last set. Taking in deep. Let it go. Okay, now we're going to practice in through the nose and out through the mouth. And out through the mouth. We're going to do a set of 20. Here we go. First set. Taking in deep. Second set. Third set. Take it in deep. And the last set. Take it in deep. Hold. Then let it go. Okay, now everybody just relax. Choose one of those. And with the music, we're just going to keep going. So there's not going to be 20. You're just going to keep breathing. So if you choose nose, mouth, this is how it's going to sound. You can go slow and full. You go at your own pace. You can go a little faster if you want. Slow and full is, and or you can just go with the music, but just keep doing it circular and don't try to stop. Just keep doing it until the music ends. Okay? If you have to relax and stop anytime, go ahead and stop. But just keep the circular breath going. And, I would choose, I'm going to do nose and mouth. But if you want to activate your body more, inhale and exhale through the mouth. If you want to integrate a little more, inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. But keep it going. It's a circular breath the whole time. So, Milsato, you can start with the music. Go ahead and start breathing. Just keep going. Attention on your breath. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Just relax. Observe how you're feeling. Connect to your heart. Notice the feeling, notice the light. If you have to let it go, let it go. Keep your eyes closed. Notice the sensations, the energy. Perhaps you want to bring an intention to your heart. It could be, I am love, I am happy, I'm complete, I'm fulfilled, I am healed. Just remember the breath. Breath is the medicine. It's the spirit. It's your power. Thank you for letting me be the space to create the spread, this breath. And together we can create a world that breathes happy and everybody wins happy. And ARK is a vehicle for that. Slowly you can open your eyes. Just notice how you're feeling. Anybody have any questions or want to share anything? Feel free.
I could feel the energy resonate in my face. It was all vibrating. It was crazy.
Yeah. We do this kind of practice. We do that for an hour.
And an hour is crazy.
Yeah, but you can use that. You shift everything, and it's a whole other game. That was only 9 minutes.
It's easy once you get into it, and then you go on auto mode, right, Coach? You don't even have to be conscious. It's just like automatic.
Well, yeah, the breath. If you do it enough, the breath will take over and does the breathing.
Yeah,
and you can be the witness, but that'll take some practice.
I like when the auto mode happens. You're like, hey, wait, I don't even have to do anything. It's just happening automatic. I'm just sitting back here,
Yeah.
I'm cool and collected. The whole body takes over. The breath takes over. Yeah.
But do it with a facilitator, at the beginning, until you can master being able to get out of anything that might be happening.
That's right. Great coach there. Great session there, Coach. Powerful. Sheesh. Brandon's sitting there with no power, but he's got the power of the breath. He's got the generator.
The generator going.
He's like, yeah, I'm not going to be able to do my stream today, but I could breathe. I could breathe for an hour. Why not?
Yeah.
Happy days.
Cool you off. Happy days. All right. Thank
Did
you.
our good friend Z, did you power through the 9 minutes? I know he's got a lot.
I was only able to do half of it. I went halfway through and then I fell asleep.
You got a lot of attention. I remember
you have to come and do a couple of private sessions. So
I think so. I need to work on my cardio.
I'll help you not sleep.
Because you know what happens? When I do it with him, I'd fall asleep, especially years ago in the beginning, and he would hear me snoring, and he'd snap me right out of it. Hey, Alice, wake up, come back, come back to it. And it really helps when you have, coach there, because he's going to keep you on track, right? Get you back in the game, because the mind likes to play games on you and take you on a dream instead of doing the work. It's a form of resistance, right, Coach? Where we just knock
absolutely.
out.
Yeah, one of the girls on Sunday, she goes, Roberto, I've been doing breath work for 10 years, and I lead sometimes, and this is the first time that I was able to stay in my body, because I would always go away, and I knew that was the resistance, but I couldn't control it. So through your, I supported her when she was going through some heavy stuff there, and she was able to stay there and flow through it. And she was just like so grateful. Like
it took me a while. I always fall asleep fast.
And that's not for everybody, but if you want to shift, there's a lot of stuff that is stored in our body that we can shift that we're not aware of, that could support us to live a longer life, to be more successful. Because if you clear your body, then you can clear your mind, and then you can connect to that real connection. And
I'll take that on board. That's awesome.
So that's at least that's my game, and I've been doing it long enough now, and I've seen enough people like break through it, and it's wonderful to see, an experience. But I learn as much as going through the process, because I'm a student when I'm supporting somebody else. Because it's not me doing anything. It's me just observing and giving the space for the breath to support people to break through what they need to in order for them to heal. And it could be an emotional healing, it could be a physical healing, it could be a spiritual healing. There's some real heavy trauma going on right now with people. It really shows up because of what the world's going through. One of the girls in the sweat lodge, she was actually born in Ukraine and lived in Russia for many years, and now she's here in the U.S. And she was going through a lot of stuff. And so we created for intention to heal that whole world too. So anyway, let's get that crypto.
I appreciate it, Coach. That was awesome.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. Let's spend that. You got to learn that one, Coach. Let's spend this crypto. Happy day. So we got more free crypto to give away, Mistletoe, don't we?
Yes, we do. The Wheel of the Toad.
Sheesh.
Let me pull it up.
All right. We'll do the Sparky after that. A lot of folks hungry for the Sparky. They got the steaks laid out.
Oh, yes.
Get out of
As
the fridge.
always.
Bring it to room temperature. Because Sparky, he doesn't like to eat cold.
No, of course not. Of course not. He's high maintenance. He gives away free crypto every day. Of course he needs a good hot meal, nice hot steak. But yeah, this is the Wheel of the Toad. Maybe it's your first time in the podcast or you haven't seen this before. This is our daily all aboard segment where we give away some free crypto to help promote all of the content creators here on board the Ark. It's very simple to get entered into the wheel here. Every day after the podcast, we post a new sweep widget link. It's posted in the main chat, in the announcements channel, and in the contest and contest and giveaway topic. If you cannot find it, always be sure to ask. We'll always share it for you. Once you find that new link, all you're going to do is click onto it. You're going to be redirected to a new website where it's going to give you a task list. Those tasks are going to range from liking and commenting some YouTube videos, clapping up some Medium articles, or simply retweeting some Twitter links. It's very easy to get involved. Once you go through the whole list there, your name is going to pop up on this amazing iHeart Ark wheel, where every single day we are going to give away $50 worth of Ark. That's right. It's super easy to get involved. It really only takes a couple minutes. And even if you don't win, you're helping everyone here on the Ark push the algorithm for all the content creators. So yeah, very easy to get involved. Everyone make sure to do it. And without further ado, let's spin that wheel. Good luck, everyone. And congratulations, we have a first-time winner. Crypto Muzo, or Muza, sorry, you have won $50 worth of Ark. Congratulations, my friend. Almost the coin builders again, but a new winner. Congratulations, my friend, and thank you for everyone that participates every single day.
Those coin builders are definitely building some coins here on the Ark.
Indeed, yes.
They've got the great walking the talk there, participating, getting involved, sharing their journey. I mean, these guys are unstoppable, well-deserving, and we love to see that when they get involved, they win. And when Mr. Big wins, and Sean and everybody else, and Bob, and I mean, winners all around. That's what we love to see. And it is that time. Let's check on Sparky. What's Sparky up to today? Where is it at, folks? Oh, there it is. There it is. We're going to go ahead and share it so we can all be on the same screen. And hold on, let me check something. Why are we not seeing it? Always need to choose the correct one. There it is. We are good to go, Mr. Toad. If you can confirm you see the Sparky.
We do. Oh my gosh, nearly 900 Ark. Let's go.
Sheesh. That's a pot. That's a pot, my friends.
Indeed. Good luck to whoever wins that one.
All right. So let's sit back and let's find the winner for today. Put some soft music for today's Spark Rewards.
Sparky, come on, Sparky, I got a treat.
Let's go.
If blood will flow, flesh and steel I want, drying in the color of the evening sun. Tomorrow's rain wash the stains away. Something in our minds will always stay. Perhaps this final act was meant to clinch a lifetime's argument. Nothing comes from violence, nothing ever could. For all us born beneath an angry star, lest we forget how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a storm, like tears from a storm. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are. On and on the rain will fall, like tears from a storm, like tears from a storm. On and on the rain will say how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are, how fragile we are.
I'm going to need about maybe another minute or two. Have any of you updated your MetaMask lately? I'm seeing here an update, and the wallet looks a little different.
No, I didn't need to. Maybe it did it automatically.
Hold on. Hardware wallet. Okay.
Mine changed.
Oh, yeah, there actually was an update, I think, like a week ago.
So it's almost the same, but it's a little different.
It's a little different, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on here? Give me a second. So, yeah, from the second one, we need to let me go ahead and execute that. Got to do the second transaction here. It's taking a bit long. Mr. Z, are you ready? I can go ahead and, because it's lagging here.
Yeah, sure. I've got a quick one today. So I'll start now, and then you can do it later.
Okay. Yeah, because things have moved around here. Anyway, I'm connected. I'm in, but when I go to confirm from the safe, it's just not pulling it up. So yeah, step in, and I'll go ahead and do this in the background.
All right. So yeah, let's start off with like there's this really cool interview that a former SEC chair by the name of, what's this guy's name? Jay Clayton. He was a former SEC sort of governor, and he did a really cool interview, and he was asked some real direct questions. It's a 4-minute video, so I'm just gonna play it and then we'll review it after. But I'm gonna just let you guys see it for what it is. So yeah, he's just making comments on Bitcoin and where crypto's going.
SEC chairman, should we start? We were talking off camera about I am accused of negligence at home a lot, and I don't try it. I'm just not always smart enough to know what I should be doing. Right? Is that? I mean, there's a rule now being proposed for the SEC. Doesn't have to be gross negligence. It's almost anything could be construed as negligence in terms of lawsuits.
Yeah, look, I think a mandatory negligence standard in the context of investing, which is inherently uncertain. It's about the future. We can't predict the future.
And if you're going for high returns, there's going to be losses from time to time that might not be from negligence.
And a legal standard like strict liability, negligence, gross negligence, recklessness, those standards are judged with hindsight. And so you have a negligence standard with something that's forward-looking. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It also, from what I would say is not just from a substantive point of view, but from a legal point of view, imposing contract terms on private parties, that's a pretty big step. Parties who can freely negotiate. What I think is a better way to approach the investor and the manager is ensuring alignment of interest. What are we doing to ensure that there's alignment of interest, that people have the same sort of skin in the game? That's a much better way to deal with these issues.
Yeah, don't hold your breath. That's not going to happen anytime. And either party, depending on who's in office, could certainly accuse the other party when they're in office of gross negligence. You don't think Republicans are talking about what's happening now is gross negligence in the economy?
I think that's exactly the point, Joe, which is that in how you manage an investment, how you manage the economy, when there are so many factors at play, with hindsight, you're always going to be viewed as not having done the best job you could.
Have you watched with interest as blue chip firms have decided that they want to get involved with Bitcoin or crypto?
Well, give me a minute. It's a fascinating etymology. Let's go back to like 2015, 16. This is an offshore retail, nothing close to what I would say the core of our financial markets. At that time, if you look at trading of Bitcoin, the emergence of Bitcoin, it looked like stocks, but it was nothing like it. Now we've seen a development all the way to the point where companies whose reputation in the market matters are saying, you know what, we think that trading, we think that the custody, we think that those protections around this market are sufficient that we're willing to put our name on it and offer that product. That's actually an incredible development, not one that I expected. I was very skeptical of trading in the Bitcoin market when I was SEC chair. I thought, there were studies that 90% of it was wash trading, ripe for manipulation and the like, large people dumping. The fact that we have these institutions that know markets better than anybody and are saying, we're going to put our reputation behind it. I find that pretty remarkable.
Can they say no to a spot ETF? Well, for how much longer?
Well, it goes to that issue. I think that when the SEC approved the futures-based ETF, they said, let's look at the futures market. We see the surveillance. We see the protections in that market for the end investor that are sufficient. We don't see them in the spot market, so we're going to make that distinction. I think what the institutions are arguing is that those distinctions have gone away, and now the spot product is actually less drag, more efficient for the investor. So if there's not that delta in regulation, not that delta in what I could say efficacy, the spot should be approved. That's the argument that's going on right now. Look, the regulatory process, whether it doesn't matter.
It's been a while already.
It's been a while already. What I would say is this: if they're right, that you can demonstrate that the spot market has similar efficacy to the futures market, it would be hard to resist approving a Bitcoin ETF.
So yeah, that was pretty long. I know it's for like 5 minutes, but you kind of you get a little faction of what the SEC's mindset is, because this guy is like the former governor, and as he says, like prior to 2016, 17, he was the chair of like the SEC for I think 3 years, and he tells you how it used to be known as a way to wash money. It was it had a bunch of negligence in its approval ratings, and now the facet is that big markets are backing it, and actually, like the guy said, fintech companies are using it in their sort of portfolio. They're looking to use it as an adoption mechanism for new economies. So then the last question he asked him, how long will it take the SEC to approve the ETF? It's been a while, and he goes, thus far it's on the right track. And so yeah, I think the last stage for like ETFs was the surveillance sharing agreement, because that's the only thing that's been you can say sent back to BlackRock and to Wisdom Tree and the other sort of folks. So now that they've been refiled with surveillance sharing agreements, and to see BlackRock and a few others sort of choose Coinbase as the surveillance sharing agreement and making it public, I think we're going to soon have that. So SEC last month approved, as I think we talked about this on the podcast. So the SEC last month approved America's first leveraged Bitcoin future ETF. So we had the volatility shared 2x Bitcoin strategy ETF that sort of was approved. So now we sort of see if BlackRock and the others also get their approval after reapplying. So yeah, that was pretty insightful. These are kind of things that we're going to see over and over again. We're going to see former governors and sort of politicians. As I said, guys, like crypto is in politics now, and it's going to, especially with this election year, it's going to be talked about in many different facets. Now, the other thing that happened was price action did reach 31K again. We did tap into that. We tapped in 31K, and I think this was on the news of what the BlackRock CEO had to say. So Larry Finn, I think his name was, like sort of, he mentions that sort of Bitcoin is the new digital gold. And I think people bought that rumor and then sold the news. If you look at the charts right now, we went up to 31K, tapped up the previous high, and then we dumped back to 30,251. So I continue to predict that we might come down here sooner than we think, seeing price action now. So we bought and then we sold. That's one thing that happened to price. Now, another thing that we found out this week about Vanguard. This is quite big. So Vanguard, one of the biggest sort of funds in the States, and the biggest retirement fund, I think second to Fidelity in the United States. So Vanguard now owns $560 million worth of Bitcoin mining stocks, right? So the 7.2 trillion asset manager now owns $500 million worth of Riot, Bitcoin, and Marathon Digital shares. So asset managers Vanguard Group has upped its exposure to Bitcoin mining companies. Monday filing with the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission shows increasing its stake in the industry to over $500 million. The financial industry heavyweight, which manages 7.2 trillion in assets, bought more stocks from Riot Platform and Marathon Digital. So according to documents, Vanguard Group upped its Marathon Digital holding by 60% from 10.9 million shares to 17.5. And then on Marathon, which trades on Nasdaq under the ticker MARA, is currently trading for $16 per share, meaning Vanguard invested stands at 280 million. So investment companies also increased its stake in Colorado-based miner Riot blockchain by nearly 18%, from 15.8 million shares to 17.9 million shares, or over 281 million in stock. So we can start to see, we can sort of BlackRock starts the sort of the rally, and now you're seeing many more institutes and even you saw their former SEC chair make comments on these markets, accepting Bitcoin for its value. Vanguard holds. Like when people say, where does adoption come from? Adoption comes from when when sort of funds like Vanguard that are like worth 7 times the amount of the crypto industry, right? Vanguard is worth 7.2 trillion in assets, and if we see where the current crypto market's at, we're at 1.23 trillion in total value. So that's how adoption really happens when you have bankers, you have asset fund managers, and big hedge funds like Vanguard take up an interest, and they show their interest by buying up stocks like Bitcoin mining stocks. So that's one thing that we're kind of seeing. Apart from that, I think it's a short one today. I think the other thing is Standard Chartered, one of the biggest banks in the UK. They predict that Bitcoin might reach 120K before 2025. That's what they predict. So increased miner profitability. So this was their quote by Jeff Kendrick, right? So he said increased miners profitability per BTC mined means they can sell less whilst maintaining cash inflow, reducing net BTC supply, and pushing BTC prices higher. So he feels that in the near future, miners are going to start to withhold their Bitcoin from exchanges, and that's how price really leaps up. So he's expecting a 3x by the end of 2024. So we'll see if that's of use. Currently, Bitcoin is at 30K. So we'll see how that goes.
Z?
Yeah?
Z, real quick on this. I thought the cost to mine is like 46K something, and then so at the current price it's not profitable. So wouldn't that suggest that once the price goes up, there'll be quite a bit of resistance because they're obvious they need cash flow positive, and many of them will end up having to sell. So how are they justifying that it should go up in price based on miners? Just obviously if they need to sell less to keep the profit if the price goes up, but what would be driving the price to go up based on this miner argument?
A question for you: how many Bitcoin left in mining?
You tell me. You're the pro.
No, answer the question. There's 21 million in total. How many are mined thus far?
I don't know.
19.20.
I don't know. 19.20. Okay.
Right. So we are 2 million Bitcoin away from in full circulation. What happens when full circulation happens? Supply is less, demand is up. So that's that. I mean, I'm just speaking what Standard Chartered is saying here. That they sort of believe that after the latest Bitcoin halving, I think we're going to go through a shortage of supply.
Okay.
And that's how price goes up. The same thing I think will happen with Ethereum, because we have halved, right? Like it was a sort of burning when we had the big burn from proof of work. So when you have less of a supply, when you have a less supply of a token, then price eventually goes up. This is how it always works.
Okay. To water it down from my layman side, is the inflation rate is going to decrease after next halving. So the argument is that it could go some arbitrary 120K before 25 based on their feeling. They're not actually justifying. They're not supporting that with anything other than feeling and the idea of reduced inflation after halving, which is valid, but the amount of which is not based on anything. It's just based on feeling.
It's
right?
also based on the history of every previous halving.
You mean hold on. You mean the
run up in price previously.
10 times reduced multiplier for every cycle, so 2 to 3x from its previous all-time high compared to the previous cycles, right? That's what you're saying? That's what you mean, correct?
A few different things. I think there's a few different things to look at. Go on. Go on. I'm sorry. I
say we're also reaching a point. So we're also reaching a point, like just where it goes back to the previous video that you showed, where the previous SEC chair he believed that we were at a certain stage, but it's clear that with the overall adoption of the market and where we are now, and if you follow like a lot of the content from people in the crypto space, this could be like the last, I guess, big jump or bull run. So you have a lot of people that are going to be coming in. It's going to be geared around the halving, as the previous history shows. And then you have just the overall adoption rate and people coming into the space. So if you consider all of that, I think you will see that jump in price as we approach the halving, which means that there'll be less to sell. But then that also means with the halving, they'll be making less Bitcoin per day. So you have to take that into account as well.
Yeah. Everything doesn't glide up so smoothly, though, in reality. But sure, let everybody feast in it. Let all the 401ks and everything feast in once the ETFs come in. It just doesn't go so smoothly. We will see. We'll come back to this recording and we'll talk about what happened in a year or a year and a half.
Yeah, I think then the other thing you have to take in is the current market cap on Bitcoin. How much is it right now? I think it's just under 600 billion. So if you have sort of interest from BlackRock, like they haven't spoken in this way for like I think 3-4 years. So I think BlackRock is I think quite a few trillion there. Vanguard about 7.2 trillion. That's what you need. You need institutes to come in, and if you can sort of have investments of, let's say, $1 trillion in the next year or so, especially after when supply is really low, that could bring adoption. The last time we had, I think when we hit 2.7 trillion, which was, I think last year, we had ETFs being approved, right? That was the first thing. And then we had interest from, I think JP Morgan made a comment about it. So I think that's where crypto has like adoption on 3 phases. One is sort of utility, so payment plan. Can your banks provide you a savers account or a staking protocol? Then how does it get into real estate? How does it get into sort of fix the medical fields? So you have all those utility projects, but then to start that off, you have to have just like the Web 2.0 companies came in. You have to have sort of grants being granted from the government to do more testings on peer-to-peer testings. That's how Google and Facebook and Web 2.0 got its funding. And then you follow that up with sort of Vanguard and these sort of BlackRocks putting $1 trillion into this. I think the central banks in total have, let's say, $100 trillion in assets. And then you have, I think, real estate on its own is worth $150 trillion worldwide. So we're asking just for $1 trillion or $2 trillion. And then we're entering the field of, a 3x from here. So we'll see. I mean, it's not smooth and sailing. It never is, and we've seen that till now. We've been to 60K twice now, and we're back to 30K. And I predict myself. Like when I look at the technical sides, I think we do have to scrape down to 21K a few more times. So we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. But yeah.
Yeah. So quick thing though, the $6 trillion in 401k plans, which is a huge 10% of that wouldn't do much, would do something on it, right? In terms of price. And then you mentioned the banks taking protocol. Why would they offer something unless it makes them more money? Why would they offer them something that has a greater yield than fiat? If they're going to galvanize their own other financial products, it has to do not as good, right? Like, why would they do that if they have?
Did you ever follow what happened with Google and Amazon back in the early 2000s? So when Google and Amazon first came out in public, their stocks were down. Like they started off quite well, and then they were dumped hard. And there was a bunch of lawsuits that came to Google, a bunch of you can say uncertain investments that Google made. They had, I think, 110 projects under the belt, and then as we came into the recession, what happened when recession happened, right? All these shops and malls closed down, and everyone started to search for their next sort of delivery agency through Google. So I mean, like, technology works in a very strange ways, and especially now that we have AI in the field as well, and AI has been busy with utility as well. So there's many factors, but I think, as I said, it needs like crypto just needs another $1 trillion, and then you're entered into another field. So we'll see it, and then we also have the I think on the Ethereum side, I think you have the next sort of hard fork, which basically takes Ethereum into sort of that legion of 100,000 sort of transactions per second. That's why we're not having as much adoption right now. No one wants to pay these like gas fee at all. I think till this day, when we pay 1 to 2% on our credit card, we complain to our banks, and it's the same with the gas fee here. So gas fee has to go way minimum, and then you have adoption. So yeah, many different factors. But I think I've spoken enough. I think we've gone over our time, and Atlas needs to do Spark. So thank you guys for your comments.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Oh, what we were talking about the other day. I'll show you that real quick. We already did the Spark. I'm going to show you who the winners are. But before we can do that, let me see if we can find it. Where is our good friend Larry? Where did Larry go? Here, I might have to minimize Larry. 1 second. There it is. Can you see Larry?
Yeah, Larry Fink. Yeah, he's just there. You can see him.
We're talking about this the other day. The other part of the clip that we, for sure, man. He's got Michael Saylor in his head. Check this out.
The foundation of BlackRock is about hope. You invest for retirement because you believe tomorrow is better than today. The foundation of BlackRock is.
Wow, that's a Michael Saylor quote, man.
That's a Michael Saylor move.
the foundation of BlackRock is about hope.
There we go. Now let's bring the Sparky. Let's show the folks the Sparky winner for today. Where are you, Sparky? All right, hold on a second. I think we have to set it back to our correct screen. Yep. There it is, folks. Can you see it, Mistletoe?
Yes, I can. First time winner.
First time winner. 77BA, taking in 807.32 ARK, street value of 281.31 USD. Sheesh. Nitro Boost, and of course our MVP winning. Their wallet ends in 77BA. Okay, hold on. That was repeated. Just noticed that right there. Let me take a look now. Our Spark winner is, where are you, Sparky? Here. No, our Spark winner, their wallet ends in 3887. There's a glitch happening on the front end for the Spark. They brought in $1,323.20. Part of the confusion. All right, folks. And this brings us to the end of today's podcast, the Monday pod. Shout out to Coach Roberto for bringing us another fantastic breath. This time he had everybody going deep into the circular breath, nonstop, 9 minutes. Great to have you here, Coach. Thank you for always helping us to relax a bit and get ready for a busy week ahead. More development, more opportunity, more hope. As our good friends Michael Saylor and Larry Flink like to say, there's a lot of hope here on the ARK, and a lot of belief as this team is really coming through and delivering constantly and always creating, raising the bar. For the folks that are listening, thank you also for your participation today. We hope you're enjoying the listening and viewing experience over in our YouTube channel. And really hats off to everyone that's stepping up with their, opportunity, right? They're coming in with these shorts that are just amazing. There's a level of effort, narrative, positivity, and quality to the content that's coming through. Extremely proud of what our community is doing. Thanks to everyone that participated. Congratulations to yesterday's winner. First time participant. Won the gold on the first time. And it's just getting better and better every day. And I do hope that everybody here appreciates and understands the amount of work and effort and skill. Some of these folks are taking 3-4 hours to put a short together, but they're putting their heart and soul into it, and it shows. Thank you so much, guys. We're going to be back tomorrow, same time, 4 p.m. EST, 8 p.m. UTC. Please be good to each other. Take care of yourselves. And don't forget, let's spend this crypto.